Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now guys, winner takes all is how you can best describe the Nigerian presidency, because it is one of the biggest lottery tickets on the planet. So the battle for that spot is fierce and unrelenting. So with that guys, I bring you this. Tinubu meets Buhari, speaks on 2023 zoning and other matters. So that's the headline. Tinubu meets Buhari, speaks on 2023 zoning and other matters. So now let's now see what these two guys have to say in conversation. A national leader of the All Progressive Congress APC, Bola Tinubu, has refused to be drawn into the controversy on zoning the presidency in 2023, saying it is too early for such. Mr. Tinubu said this whilst briefing journalists after a meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Anybody talking about that now is just completely restless and not focused on the agenda of nation building and development of our country, Mr. Tinubu said when asked for his reaction on the matter. The former Lagos State governor, who is believed to be eyeing the presidency in 2023, also spoke on President Buhari's pledge not to continue in office beyond 2023. So here are excerpts of what Tinubu said. It was a question and answer session. So, Tinubu, it's a new decade. A visit to the leader of my country is necessary to look at things and wish him well in the office for the new decade and make some points on the stability, security, and a number of issues around the country. So now the next question on Buhari's New Year's message to Nigerians. So that's the next question being put to Tinubu on Buhari's New Year message to Nigerians. So I'm not quite sure if that's a question or something that he just addressed, but this is what he has to say. Tinubu, his New Year message resonated very well. He showed concern about the security and the understanding that the economy is still a challenge, but it's a work in progress. You have to continue to work on it and make it better for the common man. That's the meat of the message. On Buhari's plan to quit in 2023. So this is what Tinubu has to say on that. Any reasonable politician who had worked with President Muhammadu Buhari will know that he will not tamper with the constitution. Distractors are always suspicious and will make accusations, but I was in the trenches in the struggle for the democracy. I was in the trenches and in the opposition with Muhammadu Buhari till the third term agenda of a former leader of this country failed. I know he will never. He has the courage and the character to refuse such a temptation, even if offered to him. I believe in him, and I believe Nigerians should also believe in him. He doesn't need to say it to me. I'll argue it in the corner and everywhere they bring such a thing up. However, it is very good to hear it from him. I say congratulations to a man of character and integrity. The challenge of turning the ship of this country around is a continuum and a continuous effort, and that is what we should get ourselves concerned with. Yes, politics is intoxicating, it is flamboyant, it is interesting, but we cannot continue to perpetuate one after the other. We have to relax, show concern for the people of the country, and see to the effort of the president that will manifest in the new, united, prosperous country. We are still not there. So now the next thing he tackles is APC and zoning in 2023. So now you will have to remember, of course, that the zoning is really primarily a PDP thing. This is something that the PDP have in their practice, but it's not really a Nigerian-wide thing. But because the PDP, of course, have been in power for that long, the whole country have absorbed and adopted that mindset that the power will shift from north to south and south to north after one side has had a turn. So this is the generally held understanding within the Nigerian space, although it is essentially really PDP practice. So it is essentially a PDP practice, and we have only ever had a PDP government in this new democracy that we're practicing until of recent, until 2015. So 16 years of PDP run up till 2015, when we then transited into now this thing that we have at the moment. So now this now new coloration that we do have with the APC, they have not taken a position on that, but the Nigerian mindset, as I said, is that power should transit from north to south just for balance and for the stability of the country. But this, of course, will play out in 2023. But this is what Tinubu has to say. So again, the topic that is tackling APC and zoning in 2023. And this is Tinubu. That is not the time now. We have just finished one election, and Mr. President is busy sorting out the budget, working for the people of this country. Of course, restlessness of politics is going to be there, but any lover of this country will not talk about the succession plan yet. That's the truth. Concentrate on working for the country, help the president to help the country. There is nothing more than that. We cannot use 365 days in a year and 360 degrees to work on politics. It is not possible. Anybody talking about that now is just completely restless and not focused on the agenda of nation building and development of our country. So now this is now the storyline that Tinubu has prepared for the journalists, because of course he's not saying this off the cuff. He knew, of course, to anticipate these questions, and this is the answers that he has pre-prepared. But of course his visit to Aso Rock would not be entirely unconnected with the arrangements that he has had with Buhari since 2014 to say that you go and force them out and now coming after you. So they have that agreement in place, and it's going there now to remind Buhari that, look, you have sold yourself on integrity, and that integrity is going to be tested in 2023. Because I have backed you twice now, and I've put you in that seat twice. So now it's my turn. I expect you to reciprocate, and I don't really want you to stab me in the back. But of course, the vultures are circling, because the vultures, of course, always circle around the seat of power in the Nigerian space because of the allure of the thing, and because of the so much wealth and power that that position commands. So now 2023 now is where the game is now, and that game, of course, has already started. And only, even I was going to say only a fool would think that it has not started, but even a fool would not think that it has not started, because all of the play now is for 2023. The governor in Kaduna State is already in his play for 2023. We've been seeing flashes of posters all over the country. They'll just flash a poster up. I think there was one in Ogun State or something for Tinubu or something, and then there was one in either the Middle Belt or somewhere for El Rufai or something. So people are just, you know, throwing out little snippets here and there just to drop hints and put these ideas out there in the public consciousness or in the back of your mind, etc. So the play for 2023 is already in full swing, and nobody is playing anything other than for 2023, because of course that is the nature of politics in Nigeria. If a president serves 2 terms, after he served his first term, all of the acolytes that are now of the thought that his term is going to be up in 4 years time are now repositioning themselves and realigning themselves for the play for the next guy, and positioning themselves also to be that next guy. And this is exactly what is playing out now, and this of course is the conversations that Tinubu has gone to have with Buhari in Aso Rock. He might not well discuss it with him directly, but that visit really is to show face, and just even his presence alone and a handshake is already a conversation, because of course they've had numerous private conversations over the course of many years, and they've reached agreements. So when he meets him and they shake hands, that handshake itself is a full-blown conversation, which is the size of a thesaurus, you know, so no words needs to be spoken. A handshake and a look in the eye is enough to remind both of them where they stand. Conversations in the comment section, the play for 2023 is in full swing, and even the fool is of that thought too. But how do you think it's going to pan out is really the question that this video is asking. Who do you think will sit on that seat in 2023? I have my thoughts, and it's neither Tinubu nor El Rufai that I'm thinking, because I think there's going to be a joker in the mix. What are your thoughts for the future of Nigeria going forward, especially looking forward to 2023? Come have a chat with me about all this in the comment section. But before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Then come tell me what you are making of this Tinubu's visit to the president to go and wish him a happy new year, apparently, or happy new decade as he's put it. Apparently, allegedly, but of course not. This is really where the story is. So I'll leave you here. Carry on this conversation with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.